We in the West have always had a hard time with madness. We can't define it, but we know what it is when we see it. Like the term insanity, it is not a clinical definition of a mental state or disorder, but a general epithet or legal characterization. Michel Foucault has written extensively and eloquently about the ways in which the West has viewed and treated the mad. And we are all familiar with the cliches that tell us that primitive people believed the mad were touched by the gods and were therefore revered. Mircea Eliade has written at length about the shamanistic vocation and has described the agonies of the shaman-to-be as a psychopathology, thus linking the rituals of initiation with the frightening madness of the berserker and witch doctor. Yet Eliade was not the only one to see something redemptive and salvageable in the acute mental disorders of the primitive occultists. Government leaders and military men also found reason to rejoice in the gibberings of the hopelessly insane. That's from Sinister Forces, a grimoire of American political witchcraft, Book 3, The Manson Secret by Peter Levenda. Great series of books, highly recommended. If you don't have them, get them. Hello, welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the tirade that Jon Stewart went on The Daily Show against the Democrats for their inability to even get a public option amendment out of committee in the Senate, which, you know, if it wasn't such an important fucking issue, would really be a huge fucking joke. It really would. It would make me fucking laugh my ass off if it wasn't so fucking important an issue. What I've been saying for the past 2 years, the Democrats have had a majority in both houses of Congress for 2 years, for over 2 years actually. And what have they done? A big fat load of nothing. Now, in the Senate, with Al Franken, the complete fucking moron that he is, taking his place in the Senate, gives them a supermajority, 60 senators, which makes it filibuster proof, which makes it proof against anything, which makes it so the Republicans have no chance. They can't do a fucking thing to stop anything that the Democrats put forward. And yet, in this environment, the Senate cannot even pass an amendment out of committee for a public option in the healthcare debate. Let alone even debate or consider single payer, which is what I endorse and which is what I am fighting for. It really is. It really is a tremendous joke. If it was not such an important issue, I would be literally rolling on the fucking floor laughing. And is there any rationale behind anything that these people say? The only thing that I can take away from this debate, from the healthcare issue, and from what's going on right now is the fact that there are a lot of people who are being exposed to the political side of life that they have not been exposed to before. And what I have said before stands, and I will continue to say it and do it. And that is that more people need to become politically involved and more people need to see exactly what the fuck is going on in order to realize that these people do not serve them, that they serve other masters. And all of the Democrats in the Finance Committee in the Senate, all of the Democrats in the Senate, all of the Democrats in the House are exactly the same as all of the Republicans and every other party that are in power right now. They all serve corporate masters, insurance companies, financial interests, big business, and Wall Street. For the past 2 years, the Democratic houses of Congress and Senate have done absolutely fucking nothing for individuals and families in this country, but oh yes, they have passed hundreds of billions and billions of fucking dollars to bail out Wall Street, hedging the risky bets of Wall Street speculation on the backs of the American taxpayer. Absolutely done in a fucking heartbeat. And now, whenever they have a chance to step forward and demand that something be done in the way of giving something to the people, that is to provide competition in the insurance industry by something as minuscule as providing a public option. They can't even get this out of fucking committee. How many people are going to wake up after this is done and realize that that asshole that they put in Congress, thinking because he's a Democrat, he's going to do something for the people? How many people are going to wake up after that vote and realize that that fucker is no better than the other fucker? And that's the whole idea behind being politically active. For more people to reach the point where they realize that that guy ain't doing shit for you. So continue to write your letters and call. And I'm going to include letters that I'm sending out right now in the sidebar, wherever, whichever way it is, to my congressmen and to my 2 senators on this particular issue, on the healthcare issue, because it's still being debated in the Senate right now, and it will be in the House eventually. So, you know, it's a win-win. Get more people involved, more people find out that these people do not support their views. They work for other people. They work for the highest bidder. They work for Wall Street. They work for big business. They work for banks. They don't work for you. And then, if you can't get them out of office through the election process, then it's time to take to the streets. But you can't jump the gun on anything. Everything has to build. It has to build slowly. You got to exhaust all of your possibilities before you reach a point where you take it to that next level. I think it's time that everybody should be in the streets. We should all be in the fucking streets about everything that is happening in this fucking country right now. Everybody should be out in general fucking strikes. And we should be marching everywhere and tearing apart fucking businesses, banks, financial institutions, and fucking insurance companies who have given us the fucking shaft in this country. That's what we should be doing. But we do not have enough people that will do that yet. That's why we have to exhaust the political process first. And that's why I continue to harp on this issue. If we had enough people to do that now, we'd be doing it, but we don't. There's simply not enough support for it. But there will be. There will be. So continue to push for political activism. And have a good fucking laugh at the supposed for the people Democrats who can't even get a fucking public option out of the fucking Finance Committee in the Senate. It'd be a joke if lives weren't on the line. Thank you. Good night.